Hey, let's change the way you think about how to start all of this anyway. Whenever I very first started in with being able to open up my mind a little bit to making changes in the house, making changes in my life, making changes for more growth area for my brain, it all started with a house declutter. And I really found that this was a super important step into clearing out your space, clearing out the external before you start looking internally at what needs to be changed and what you can improve upon. When you start with the external, you start with your house, you get to depersonalize a little bit, and it's not quite so hard. You're not stepping on your toes all the time. If you can just look and see, this junk drawer needs to be cleaned out. This pantry needs to be reorganized. My clothing needs to be getting rid of a ton of stuff. That's an external thing that's a problem that has legitimate boundaries. You can go through it, pretty seamlessly. You can go through it with a fine-tooth comb, get rid of and pull out at least 80% of what's in your house. Could probably go to Goodwill. And you would be just fine. You would thrive if you would get rid of a ton of stuff. 50% would make your brain open up and just be able to have a little bit more bandwidth so that you can think through things. You can open up your mind to new processes and open up your internal thoughts to being able to criticize yourself. But really, for real, a humongous house declutter is going to help everybody in the family, especially children. There's some really tricky ways that you can get around if a kid is feeling really needy about all of his things. There are ways. I'm going to link to a video down below. Dawn from the Minimum Mom was my favorite. She absolutely just clicked with me and showed me exactly why you need to declutter. And I'll link her video below. So the kids are going to benefit tremendously from a declutter. The kids play better whenever there's less things. They stay more focused on the fewer things that they have. They let imagination grow like crazy whenever there are fewer things. Another person that's really going to benefit from house decluttering is anyone that's dealing with anxiety or depression. I know that, depression is going to leave you with very low energy. So if you're the one that's having the struggle with this, it's going to be a challenge to find a time to get up and get yourself moving and get yourself to declutter. But if you can do 5 things a day, it's going to help. I promise. It's something about letting things go opens up your brain to have a little bit more bandwidth so that you can actually focus on what matters inside your heart and inside your brain. But if you have a spouse or a child who is dealing with depression and anxiety, the decluttered spaces help so much with their sense of calm, their sense of peace, their sense of just not being overwhelmed throughout the day. For every person that I talk to that is asking, where do I need to start with thinking about my own life, my own priorities, how to, think differently, don't even think internally. Don't think about it internally first at all. Don't think about your brain. Don't think about your thoughts. Don't think about your heart. Don't think about your spirituality. Think about your house. And it totally puts things into a different perspective so that You can come at each aspect of your life in a very planned out way. And you don't have to have emotions attached, even when it's dealing with your emotions. You go at it logistically and practically in a focused, planned way. And it has changed the way that my brain is able to receive more information and log the things that need to stay. It's really helped. I promise you. That's where to start. Start with your house. Start with your office. Start with your externals. Wherever you're at. Start with your car. Start with a declutter, and it's going to open up your brain. I love you so much. Have a great day. Hey, you made it to the end. Be sure and click on the next video to keep the party going. And don't forget to subscribe.